Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Imam Hussein Charity live funding live show here on Imam Hussein TV 3. And we've got a jam-packed show for you tonight, inshallah. We'll be raising money for the impoverished and destitute families in Iraq and also in Afghanistan. We've got a range of packages to go through. And inshallah, tonight, with your help, we'll be able to raise money to help these less fortunate, inshallah. We've got packages to do with shelter, medicine, water, and food. And I'm joined here with my guests, Brother Samir. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor to be here. Inshallah, we could raise a huge amount of money tonight.
Inshallah. And also, Brother Ali Jagani. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. It's an honor to be a part of this channel and this show. It means a lot to be here in this holy month of Ramadan, raising funds for those that really need it.
Inshallah, Ahsan. We've got a range of packages to go through, and let's start off with the food basket, the Ramadan food basket. MashaAllah, we are on the third, fourth day of the holy month of Ramadan. People have been, fasting and striving towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And one of the greatest deeds is to actually provide iftar for your brothers and sisters. Now, iftar being, the meal that we use to open our fast with. Now, we could do it here. We invite people over, in our homes and stuff to have a share iftar with us. But isn't it better for us to give to those who are less fortunate and have those who cannot eat? Brother Samir, we are raising Ramadan food baskets for those in Iraq and also in Afghanistan. Can you give us a little insight into Afghanistan and the people there?
I mean, the situation in Afghanistan, it's very difficult due to the war and the political crisis there. A lot of orphans. There are a lot of orphans. There are so many orphans. There are so many who are homeless. I mean, I believe Afghanistan have one of the most homeless people in the whole entire world, and they currently need your help right now. So please do call into our studio at 0203-515-0199, because by calling into the studio, it creates a chain reaction. We get one person calling and then another person calling, so it creates momentum.
Inshallah, yes. And the Ramadan food basket is only £25 and can feed a family of four for up to 10 days. If you'd like to donate, please visit our website www.imamhussaincharity.com, or alternatively give us a call 0203-515-1122 to the donation line. And like Brother Samir said, 0203-515-0199 directly into the studio, and inshallah you'll be able to motivate and inspire others to donate. Brother Ali Jagani,
yes, brother,
we're raising money for Ramadan food baskets in Afghanistan and also in Iraq. Have you been to Iraq? Have you met those less fortunate than us in Iraq?
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. I was honored to be there just this Arba'in. And I can tell you firsthand, when you see those children, it's the aspect that breaks your heart, that they come to you every day, and just that hope of maybe you'll give them £1 or you'll give them 50 pence. For us, we think, okay, that's not even a portion of chips. But these kids, that's, I can buy a whole day's meal. And we're proving that today because we've got £30 for an iftar for a month, which is just £1 a day.
That's right.
So it's impeccable. These children are getting the opportunity to have a meal, a warm meal at that, just from £30.
You know what's absolutely crazy? The fact that one iftar costs only £1.
100%.
And we spend about £30-50 for a whole iftar, for a whole meal. I mean, I went to a restaurant yesterday, spent about £55 for just me and my wife. But £30.
Where was my invite?
I mean, £30 for a whole month for one individual in the Hussainia in Karbala, I believe, or in Herat as well.
Yes, of course.
Crazy.
So, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, you can help by donating £25 to help a family of four for 10 days. £50 will help a family of four for 20 days, and £75 for a family of four for the whole of Ramadan. You can donate via our website www.imamhussaincharity.com. You can call our donation line 0203-515-1122, or call into the studio and maybe discuss what you had for Ramadan and what you had for iftar, and whether you're going to be donating and how much you're going to be donating, and maybe inspire others and motivate others to also donate. 0203-515-0199 for the studio landline. Brothers, it's not just only the Ramadan food basket that we're raising money for.
Yes, of course.
Right now behind us you can see the shelter program that we have.
Correct, yes.
Whether it is repairs in people's houses or for the homeless people that are out there, we actually provide them a brand new home. Each house costs £15,000 to create, which is really, really cheap if you think about it. But obviously we're asking people to donate 1,500, and inshallah 10 people together can contribute towards one house.
It's not much at all. I mean, a family of 5 or 7 can all contribute together, or 100%. You and your friends can contribute together. I mean, as we know, this is the month of giving.
Yep.
I mean, it's a beautiful chance to perform Sadaqa Jariyah.
Yes.
I mean, imagine donating this amount of money and having this house built. And now imagine the number of people that are praying in that house day to day.
100%.
That bit of ajr comes into our qabr as well.
MashaAllah.
It's carried on to the day of akhirah as well.
But you know what? I think what's more beautiful than that is if we're looking at it from the perspective of we're giving a child a home for the month of Ramadan. When you think about that, Amir al-Mu'mineen Asdullah al-Ghalib, who was martyred in this month, a month like no other, where every single Shia's heart is softer than anything. And why? Because when we look at Amir al-Mu'mineen, he's the pivotal example for us. All these things that we're doing, we're following on from the Ahlul Bayt, and none other than the man who was martyred this month. So if we follow in his example, and we take care of these aitam, we take care of these widows, we're not doing anything new. We're just following on from our teachings and what we've been taught from a young age. So if we can do just one step, let's say we put together 5 friends, like you were saying, or 10 friends, and come up with £1,500, imagine the ajr, like you're saying, number 1, number 2, but imagine Amir al-Mu'mineen would be proud of us. We made a difference to 1 or maybe 2 people's lives to the extent that they can pray comfortably.
Ahsant. Brothers and sisters, pick up the phone 0203 515 1122 to donate. You can go online, www.imamhusseincharity.com, or alternatively give us a call in the studio. We'd love to hear from you. 0203 515 0199. Inshallah, tonight we are planning to raise £10,000. Inshallah, that is our target. £10,000. Very, very doable.
Yeah, easily.
I mean, we want to hear your guys' voice. By calling in, we're going to be able to create a chain reaction of many other donors calling 100%. In. Speak to us. Tell us about your Ramadan experience. Tell us what you want to do different this Ramadan compared to other Ramadans. And by calling in, you could tell us what inspired you to call in to inspire others.
I just want to stop you guys here for a second because we've had donations coming in. £75 donation.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أحسنت. ما شاء الله.
You know, the brothers and sisters, our message has reached you, but still we've got a long way to go. We want to hit 10k inshallah tonight, you know, and we'll be able to help the destitute and impoverished families all over Iraq and Afghanistan.
I mean, how many water wells is that? That's about, what, 5, 7 water wells? So 7 viewers.
I was going to explain, but we've got a caller on the line, inshallah.
Oh, yes.
Let's go to the phone line. Assalamu alaikum. Your name and where you're calling from? Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
You're live to the Imam Hussein Charity Fundraising Show. Your name and where you're calling from, brother?
Ahmed from Manchester.
MashaAllah.
Wow, mashallah, brother.
How was your Ramadan going? How was your iftar this evening?
Alhamdulillah, it's all going well. Good iftar. Been watching the channel since iftar till now.
Ahsant,
Great show. Alhamdulillah, I was looking forward to the fundraiser today, so we're on the schedule.
MashaAllah. How much are you donating tonight?
I want to put towards a shelter today, inshallah, of £200 in the name of myself and my grandmother.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أحسنت.
Thank you very much.
Brother, before you leave, sorry to interrupt you, Sayyid Mohsin. What inspired you to call in so you can inspire other callers to also call in?
Just the work that you guys are doing, and it's the least we could do for the poor around the world at the moment. So inshallah, it's something that we could help out the poor people across the world, and inshallah we could shelter someone this Ramadan.
Any final messages for the viewers and encouraging them to donate?
I just hope everyone could contribute this Shahr Ramadan and give whatever they can towards the poor this year, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, we're living in our houses, we've got good food, we've got good shelter. I wish everyone around the world could do the same and give back.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, Brother Ahmed from Manchester. And thank you for your donation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, your family, your marhum. And inshallah, all of your amal and all your deeds be accepted in this holy month.
Ilahi Ameen, Ilahi Ameen.
What a phone call, what a fantastic guy.
What a humble man, honestly.
Amazing, brother. I mean, back to the food packages that we've got on the screen right now. How much do you spend on fuel a week?
Yeah, it's true.
Don't talk to me about fuel.
I mean, with the rising fuel prices right now, you're spending about 80, 90 pounds on a whole week of fuel.
Well, just to interject right now, we've just had another £75 donation from the looks there. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I don't think that's even a full tank these days, is it? £75.
Exactly. I mean, if this Ramadan, you're sacrificing chocolate, coffee, whatever thing you're trying to give up, re-engineer those funds into donating for this beautiful, amazing cause.
You know, during this month, a lot of people, like you said, they give up. We give up eating throughout the day. We give up on them small snacks. Some of us, you know, who smoke, we give up on smoking and things like that. And we do save a lot of money. Why not use that money you've saved? You know, sacrifice a little bit more. I'm sure you can go 2 or 3 days without going to that fancy restaurant. Or
100%,
2 or 3 days with, you know, without your favorite snacks and so forth. And use that money to maybe change the life of an orphan, to change the life of a widow, to change the life of anyone that's important. You see, there's a lot of people out there, right, who just need our help because they haven't had the opportunity to. A lot has been taken away from the countries like Iraq. A lot has been taken away from countries like Afghanistan. People have been put into poverty. Not that they made mistakes in their lives and they became poor. They've been put there due to, you know, the political situations and so forth. Now is the time for us to help them. A lot of these poor people, they don't need charity. They just need an opportunity. They just need a helping hand in order for them to make themselves better and so forth and improve their lifestyle and so forth like that. You guys can help. For example, we have for the shelter, £200 to help repair a house. Now think about a home in Iraq or Afghanistan. I'm talking about, you know, houses that have cracks in the wall, houses that the roofs are damaged, it's leaking, plumbing works need happening. They don't even have windows. So imagine at night how cold it gets. That they can't, you know, keep the heat in, the heat is escaping and so forth. Now these people, think how they live their lives. How often are they ill? How often are they demotivated? How often are they depressed? That they can't climb out of the situation they're in because of circumstances and so forth. But us giving £200, we'll buy the materials and we'll pay for the labor to repair the home. Now that person that's got a repaired house doesn't have to worry about you know, the leaks and so forth and the cold. They feel better. They feel more motivated. There's less you know, financial burden on them, and they can start to maybe earn more and make better moves in their lives.
What's interesting also is, you know, we're looking at the medical packages. I was just noticing £20 for a prescription and a consultation. Imagine in the UK here, we're lucky that we have the NHS and other people have private healthcare. And with that aspect, we've never seen the difficulty that if I need to go to a doctor, I'm not afraid that tomorrow I won't be able to take my child to school. I won't be able to put food on the table. These people are giving them that opportunity that, you know, if you're feeling sick, don't worry. There's people out there that are looking after you.
I mean, this month of giving, this month of gratitude, we need to feel gratitude for what we have.
Indeed, and we've had more donations come in, £25, £75, £10. We've had a total of £340.
Wow,
but that £340 is still nowhere near our target of 10k. So please start donating. SubhanAllah, at this time we have so many different ways of donating. Calling in, going onto our website, bank transfer.
You can bank transfer,
so
you can even pay via PayPal.
So easy.
PayPal.me/Imam Hussein Charity, take you straight to our PayPal page where you can donate directly via PayPal. Brother Samir, I wanted to ask you, what are the benefits of actually giving to charity, and like, what have the Imam taught us?
I mean, in this holy month of Ramadan, it's a chance for us to recharge our spiritual battery. I mean, as the Imams and the Prophets say, charity removes 70 diseases, 70 sicknesses from our heart. It doesn't make us poorer. I mean, forget about the spiritual benefits of charity. It's scientifically proven that charity makes us happier as humans. It cleanses our souls, it purifies our souls, it purifies our wealth. And speaking of which of our wealth, a lot of us during this month of Ramadan, this is a time a lot of us start calculating our khums.
It's true.
A lot of the community start calculating their khums during this month of Ramadan. 100%. So use this opportunity to start paying your khums as well. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. With the ijazah of Sayyid Shirazi, we have permission to start collecting the khums as well. So at this time, start donating your khums. Donate towards the water well. Donate towards the housing fund. Whatever you can.
Inshallah, and we've had more donations, another £25, £105, £15, £75, another £75, a total so far of £635. Thank you so much for your donation. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, your family and your marhum. But it's still a long way from our target.
I think, Brother Muslim, what's interesting is that at the moment, I've just noticed the water wells, and it's quite an interesting topic right now. You know, considering we're in a month which is building up towards every human being is thirsty in the day. Every Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen is thirsty in the day. And some of these children, they don't get to have that aspect of clean water when they get home. Today, I open a tap, and there you go, that's my clean water. I can do wudu, I can eat, I can drink, I can make a fresh meal. And by giving somebody the opportunity to do that, the ajr is unbelievable. We can't even count it. Raindrops wouldn't be enough to count how much thawab you'll be getting by giving somebody clean water.
Let's not forget that we are the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen. We are the Shia of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And this channel is named after Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And we do not forget the thirst of Abu Abdullah. And how thirsty he was and how thirsty his family and his companions. And even he said to his Shia, do not forget my thirst.
Yep.
So in the name of Abu Abdullah Hussein, donate to the water campaign, donate to a water well. A water well will be made in Herat, Afghanistan. Not only will we dig the well, but we'll put in the plumbing and we'll put in the pump in order to actually pump out the water into a big tank.
100%.
You know
And
what?
then people can open the tap and just take the water out of the
It's
tap.
really heartbreaking to hear the fact that 2 billion people in this universe,
Yeah.
out of what, 7 billion,
Yeah.
don't have access to clean water.
Just
I mean, to have access to clean
almost
water is
almost a third of the world.
It's a simple human right. It's a simple human right to have access to clean water. I mean, it reminds me of last week that we ran out of water bottles at home. And I started having a tantrum. I was like, oh, we have no more water. And then I had to go to Asda, buy some bottles of water. And I was imagining, oh, wow, I went through this much hassle just for water.
Literally.
And it reminds me of how people in Afghanistan don't have access to clean water from their homes. It's honestly heartbreaking.
It's not just the clean water. You look at, okay, what do we need water for?
Although,
Wudu,
cleaning.
cleaning,
Drinking.
Sanitation.
drinking, sanitation.
I think the major issue here is sanitation. Other things, for example, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful in the sense that He gives the opportunity to do tayammum when it comes down to wudu. With other aspects, you can use water and purify. But when it comes down to sanitation, a huge issue around the world, like Samir was saying, 2.3 billion people not having access to water. Clean water means that sanitation becomes an issue, and therefore diseases spread. So in people, which is our people, they shouldn't be suffering from disease. We could change that. Let's say we have 10 people today, put 150 pounds. There you go,
That's
we've got a
not
water
difficult.
bill.
That's
I don't
not
think that's
difficult.
difficult at
That's
all.
not
This
difficult.
month is a time where if you put together £15 a day, let's say, you don't have that Costa coffee you'd have, or that 2-3 coffees you're having, or that pack of cigarettes that you're going to buy.
Definitely.
You know, put it towards this. By the end of the month, you can give us £150 to help these people.
And the day Allah Azza wa Jal says, give one tiny bit and He returns tenfolds. And the day in Surah Hadid it says, paying charity, we're giving a loan to Allah Azza wa Jal.
Yes.
I mean, lots of us during this time we're investing in cryptocurrency or whatever. We are investing in our stocks. Why don't we invest in our dunya? Why don't we invest, in our akhirah? Forgive me.
No, it is
Why don't we
dunya
invest in our
technically,
akhirah?
because
Yes.
we're helping the people
Oh,
in this
exactly.
dunya.
Literally, yes.
I mean, end of the day, paying charity is not a blessing for them.
Yeah.
It's a blessing for us.
It's a mercy as well.
It's a
And
mercy
along
for
those
us.
lines also, it's the aspect that we need to understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is His rizq. It's not our rizq.
True.
Anything we get, it comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we're giving back, we're not giving what's ours. We're giving what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know what's beautiful? I recently heard a story of Nabi Sulaiman. Nabi Sulaiman, in his heart, when he had his amazing kingdom, he had just one moment of thought where he thought, if only I could pass this down to my son. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it such that he saw that son sitting on his throne passed away. And then he realized that this is not mine. Even this son, it was a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what dua did he make afterwards? He said, Ya Allah, give me like no one else has had afterwards. But why did he say that? Did he say that so he can be more proud? No. He said that to tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to teach us a lesson. Us as insan, we learned the lesson of what? That when Allah gives you, and He'll give you more if you appreciate that it's all His. And you give back to those that are His people.
Honestly, we haven't had a caller in quite a while. So all of you who are watching today, please do call into the studio. We really want to hear your voice and why you are donating. Inspire us. I mean, they do say, yes, invest.
I think they've heard you because we've got a caller on the line.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad.
Assalamu alaikum. Your name and where you're calling from?
Alaikum salam. Ali Murtaza, Orphaned.
MashaAllah.
Salam alaikum, Ali Murtaza.
How is your Ramadan going, Ali Murtaza?
Alhamdulillah, it's going well. Can't complain. Spiritual cleanse. How about you boys?
Alhamdulillah, I can't complain. And will you be donating tonight?
Yes.
MashaAllah, to what campaign?
£25 to a food basket.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Brother, what's your message to all the other viewers to inspire them to call in?
Well, I think when you look at charity, a lot of people see charity as a command. But if you look at charity, it's actually a form of sustenance for us. So Imam Sadiq says that everything has a key, and the key to sustenance is charity. When you look at the Holy Quran, chapter 2, verse 245, the person who lends to Allah will see more. So you might be going to a financial issue, you might be going through a health issue, you know, give it in the name and you see God will reward you more and there'll be so much more sustenance for you.
Inshallah. Thank you very much, brother Ali Murtaza. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and your family and your marhum, inshallah. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you more so that you can give more to Imam Hussein charity, inshallah.
May Allah bless you, bro. May Allah bless you. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you very
calling
much.
in.
MashaAllah.
Allah bless you for all of the hard work you boys are doing as well. And
Thank
inshallah,
you.
see you all very soon.
Inshallah, thank you
Inshallah.
very much, Ali Murtada there from Watford, mashallah. Watford's not too far.
Not too far.
Literally down the road.
Mashallah. It's nice that our message
Reaches out.
you
I
know,
mean,
brother Ali
like I
Murtada.
said, it's nice to have one viewer call in because it creates a chain reaction. When one viewer calls in and it inspires others. I mean, yes, they do say paying charity in private is rewards to that.
Yes.
But however, when you're paying charity to inspire others, there's a different reward than that.
Ahsan,
You know, we as Shias, we set an example of presidency. Why? In what sense? When we have an aspect of an action that we commit, like Samir said, when we do it in private, it's between us and Allah. But sometimes the action, when you do it in public, you're teaching a lesson to those around you. Because then I'll feel, oh, if he's doing it, maybe I want to do it as well. And that's what tonight's about. If, like Brother Ali Murtaza called in, now he's going to inspire you, but you know, I can give £25 as well. And if they feel, if Ali Murtaza can do it, why can't I do it? So we'd love to hear more callers at 0203 515 0199.
Said Mustin, what does the food package include?
Well, I'm glad you asked this. So the food package, what do you get inside the food package? You get food essentials. Each family will receive a food basket and will have rice, it will have flour, it will have bread, meat, vegetables, fruit, dried lemons, tea. It will have spices like salt, pepper, paprika, and so forth. It will have dates. And sometimes even olives and pickles and honey. Sometimes much more. It's enough for them.
I mean,
to
what's
last
crazy
them
is that
for 10 days.
this is the simple necessity. These are basic necessities that we can go at home, open our fridge, open our cupboards, and we'll have it right there.
And mashallah, we've had more donations there, £20, £25, another £75, a total of £755.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
I mean, we've been on this show for about 25 minutes, 24 minutes.
Yeah.
We're still
Very
nowhere
far
near
away, yes.
£10,000 mark.
Exactly.
But inshallah, it will be achieved, inshallah, with your help. Brothers and sisters, open up your hearts to those that we are helping in Iraq and in Afghanistan. I mean, don't worry about the petrol prices. Don't worry about, the fancy dinner you're going to take your missus to and whatever. Help these people have a nice fancy dinner. Help the people of Iraq. Help the people of Afghanistan. These are our brothers and sisters. And it's our duty. The famous superhero, I'm not going to mention any names, with great power comes great responsibility. For those who are weak, it is the strong that will defend. And for those who are poor, it is for us who can afford to give them something small just to help them through this Ramadan, inshallah. Pick up the phone, 0203 515 0199 to call the studio. If you want to make a donation, 0203 515 1122, or alternatively, bank transfer. The bank details are there on the bottom. PayPal.me/Imam Hussein Charity if you want to pay via PayPal, or visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Maybe with £30, you're not giving one iftar, not two, not three,
30
but 30 iftars for a
Exactly.
whole month.
That's a
For
pound
one
a meal.
whole individual.
Tell
Literally.
me, where can you get an iftar for £1?
Nowhere.
I'm telling you, back in the day, you could go to the chicken shop, get 2 for 2. It's 2 for £4 now. What's going on? So if we're giving £1, a whole iftar.
I mean, it really reminds me about
Subhanallah.
this story of Fatima Zahra. How she gave away 3 nights of her iftar.
Yes. Miskina wa yatima wa asira.
And what did Allah give back to her?
Food from Jannah.
Jannah.
Allah.
Pomegranate.
But you're donating 30 days of iftars for only £30.
Honestly.
It's nothing.
That's a
It's
no-brainer.
nothing. And the reality, I'm glad you mentioned Fatima Zahra sallallahu alayha, because the Ahlul Bayt are the ones that taught us to give.
Said.
And inshallah, we reach a level of, that we can give like they gave. Imam Hussein alayhi salam gave his entire wealth.
Literally.
Not once, twice in his lifetime. He gave everything he had twice in his lifetime.
We want for us, what we want for our brothers, what we want for ourselves.
You know what's beautiful? You mentioned Imam Hassan, and it brought such a nice story to my mind. There's a story of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Asadullah al-Ghalib. And what happens is that a traveler comes into the town, and he says, I want to meet Amir al-Mu'mineen. And Amir al-Mu'mineen invites him, come to my house. And Amir al-Mu'mineen, he goes to his house, he sits with Amir al-Mu'mineen, and Amir al-Mu'mineen is breaking the bread over his leg. But even that bread he was willing to give away. He was putting water on the bread and breaking it over his leg. So the man was feeling shy to eat. So Amir al-Mu'mineen said, no, don't worry, you don't have to eat this. If you go down the road, there is someone there who will feed you. He'll feed you luxurious meals. So the man goes down the roads, and down the road, what does he find? He finds platters of anything he could have imagined.
Yeah.
And he's sitting there, he's sitting there eating, and he's putting bites into his bag. So Hassan comes and says, don't worry, I'll give you food to take as well. He said, no, I saw a man down the road. He's breaking bread over his knee. Imagine the humbleness. Your son is here giving meals to people, and you're eating that hard bread. Why? Because you understand that just one bite for Allah is better than eating a luxurious meal for anybody else. So,
I said, and one thing I wanted to add to that was that the Ahlul Bayt are an example to us. And a lot of people would say that the Ahlul Bayt, oh, they were poor. Imam Ali was very poor. He only had a couple of garments. He had patches on his shalwar. He hardly ate anything. The bread he used didn't even have flour and so forth. But it wasn't that the Ahlul Bayt were poor. It was that the giving was increased. The amount they gave increased. They gave more and more, and that's an example to us. And it's the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi to give charity. And it's the sunnah of A'immah as well to give charity. Not only does it come back tenfold, but also it comes back in our deeds and our good deeds. And also, on top of that, Imam Sadiq alayhi salam says that giving to charity takes away bala. Giving to charity will increase your health. Giving to charity can increase your lifespan. Giving to charity will make you even richer than before.
True.
So for those of you who are thinking that, I'm not going to part with my money. I want to stay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you 10 times 4. Give £1, you'll get £100 back. Give £10, you'll get 1,000 back. Give 1,000, you'll get 10,000 back. Give 1 million, inshallah, you'll have 10 million. No problem. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who gives the risk.
We're speaking of which of how it increases your lifespan. It reminds me of a story when Rasulullah and his companions walked past and he saw a man, a wood chopper. And he told his companions, this man today is going to pass away. He's going to get bitten by a snake, and he's going to pass away. Okay? But later on this evening, the companions saw that this man was still alive. SubhanAllah, he's still alive.
MashaAllah.
MashaAllah.
How could Rasulullah be wrong? And then they went to the Rasulullah, asked him, why is he still alive? They brought the man over to him. Rasulullah asked him, what do you do different today? And the man said, I paid charity. And that's what increased his life and also increases blessings.
You know,
I mean, speaking about the Afghanistan appeal, it really breaks my heart because I hear stories where families are forced to sell their children. I mean, children are a ni'mah of Allah Azza wa Jal.
It's a sad reality that to escape poverty,
they have to
sell their children. And if it's a female, they have to marry her off and take the dowry.
Fathers are picking which child to sell.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. Honestly, there's not much we can say to even console those brothers and sisters, because how do you console someone when they lose their child? And not losing their child because, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took that child in a way that, they passed away. Because then you can get a bit of sukoon, sabr, that this was Allah's decree in a sense. In this decree of Allah, it's more of a test. Why? Because the child is going away from it, they're still alive. Yeah. And they're not going because it's a time of happiness and they're getting married. They're getting married out of desperation, a sense of need.
Definitely.
And from selling children aside, some people are even selling their own kidneys. Some people are selling their own organs.
Wow.
Wallah, I've heard so many stories about individuals in Afghanistan selling their organs to bring food into the table of their families.
But you brothers and sisters can change that reality. You brothers and sisters can be the light of hope by coming in and paying for a Ramadan food package, giving them in Harat, Afghanistan, a food basket. One food basket, £25, will feed a family of 4 for 10 days, giving them the necessities they need to have suhoor and futur. £50 will do 20 days. £75 will feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan. And if you don't want to give £75, £30 will give one person iftar for the whole of Ramadan in their local Husayniyah. Inshallah, pick up the phone 0203 515 1122, www.imamhusseincharity.com. You can pay via bank transfer or you can pay via PayPal. And if you'd like to call into the studio and maybe speak to us about your Ramadan, speak to us about what's inspiring you to help these destitute families in Iraq and Afghanistan, 0203 515 0199. Inshallah, we'd love to hear from you.
Brother Mohsin, one thing we haven't yet mentioned of any of the packages is the dialysis package.
Yes.
Okay. The aspect of a kidney is such an essential organ. Why? Because everything gets filtered through that kidney. Anything and everything in your body is reliant on something else. And when you have damage to the kidneys, you can't eat properly, you can't survive, you can't take part in sports. And just one basic dialysis treatment can change someone's life. They don't need to rely on medication that's harming them. Rather, dialysis filters out for them. So I think that £200 is nothing big to ask for dialysis.
I mean,
considering people are paying thousands of pounds.
Brother Ali Jagai, I don't know if you've been to a hospital in Iraq.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got some footage,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, it's not looking good when it comes to hospitals. Like the footage is running right behind me now.
Yeah.
Now, further on, you'll see that patients sit almost next to each other.
Yeah.
Hospital beds are next to each other. There's no divider or curtain.
There's no sense of privacy.
There's not just privacy, but what if someone has an open wound?
Yeah.
And
spreads.
bacteria can transfer. There's lack of sanitization. There's lack of hygiene and professionalism. There's you'll see in the video. There's someone getting their eyes stitched up, and they're laying down on a bench. They're on a bench. Now, dialysis, yes, it is a procedure that is required by a lot of Iraqis, an expensive procedure, but they can't even go to the local hospital in order for them to get that. They'll go in for dialysis and they might end up catching something else. It is that bad. And even the equipment, you can't even trust that's been sanitized properly, and that they're not going to get an infection or something like that.
Yeah, it's true.
£200 will help an individual with a dialysis procedure, inshallah. And there are many, many Iraqis that require that procedure.
Honestly, our brothers and sisters in Afghanistan and Iraq are in urgent need of your help today. Why don't you be the individual today to make someone's day better?
Inshallah, we're going to go to a short break and leave you with some footage of the work that we're doing and the people we're trying to help in Afghanistan and Iraq. Join us after this small clip. Thank you very much.
Zahra is a mother of 4 orphans. Her husband was a farmer and was able to provide them with a very minimal amount of money to live off. Unfortunately, he died from cancer, leaving a widowed wife and 4 orphan children behind, whose financial situation worsened. Her monthly income from charity organizations is just about enough for them to stay alive. They get no governmental support at all.
والله عندي 4 أيتام عايشين على الله والناس الخيرة. بعد أكون ناس خيرة للسعد. بس أنا بالنسبة لي يعني لا راتب رعاية لا تقاعد، عايش على الناس الخيرة وكم مؤسسة مسجلة بيهم. فبقيت أنا عايشة على الله والناس الخيرة. يعني تبهذلت وأنا شوي لا أهل عندي لا أم ولا أبي طوش عمرهم. بقيت على الله والناس الخيرة. جيت يم أختي سوت حادث وتوفت.
Her youngest daughter is registered in a school for orphan children, yet she cannot afford for her son and her 2 elder daughters to go back to school.
هذا الولد كان صف ثاني بطلته، يعني ما عندي إمكانية أسوي له خاطو وهذا وتعرفي المصاري. هو كان فلاح تمرض سنة كاملة هو يعني مريض بالفراش، فما عندي إمكانية أخليهم يظلون مستمرين بالدوام، فقعدته. نجيت هنا قالوا عمره كبير ما يدخل بعد مدرسة، حتى يشوف الطلاب الجهال يقول لي ما عندي إمكانية، دائما يقول لي ليش أجيب المسرعة؟ عقلهم مو يردون خطوط ويردون تعرفين ملابس قرطاسية، ما عندنا إمكانية. يعني يا دوب مدبر عيشتهم، والله هسه صوبة ما عندي أقعدهم عليهم، صوبة لا كهربائية ولا نفطية. زين هذا هسه الشتاء كاتلنا البرد والله وكيلك. زين ظروفه كلش تعبانة.
Zahra and her children are struggling to cope with the challenges of living. They depend on people to give them money so they can survive the day. Not to mention, has had a long-term health issue which she cannot afford to treat. Abu Zahra's death left a huge gap in the life of his wife and children.
وأنا شوي مريضة أمهم تعبانة عندي روماتيز وكلياتي تعبانة. فد مرة يعني أصور رأسي والله شوف كاتلهم برد أصابة ما عندي أقعدهم عليه. يعني يا دوب بس العيشة للماي فلوس موليد. هو السكن بلاش بس فلوس موليد يعني تعرف ان البيت يريد ما يريد الغاز يا دوب ذن مدبرتهم ما عندي امكانيه مثل اوديهم لابوهم اطلعهم اجيب لهم ملابس انا اشتغل يعني بالمؤسسه مال ابو سجاد اجيب لهم ملابس مثل من عندها القى ملابس هاي اجيب لهم حتى امكانيه ما عندي اجيب لهم ملابس جديده. اي والله الحمد لله والشكر.
Abu Zahra's death left a huge gap in the life of his children. Seeing their friends' fathers remind them of their father, whom they wish was still alive to support them both morally and financially.
أنا أبوي جاء وهاي.
ذاك اليوم هو صارت إنه سفرة في المجمع. يعني سفرة بس للإمام علي ونرجع. طبت لنا جفلة ما قدرت هي تعرفين متبرعون قالوا يعني أسعدنا للزيارة. قاموا يكشفوني أنا ما قدرت آخذ سيارة أوديها لأبوها وأرجع. هالدرجة والله. دائما عندي ذول البنات كباري والله يبكي يقول يما أتمنى يشوفها نروح لأبوي. في مكانية ما عندي. عارفين راتب من الكراوي مصاري.
لو يرجع حسب بابا شنو تقولي له؟
قل له بابا شلونك عن صحتك؟
شلونك عن صحتك؟ قل له تعال ارجع لنا.
And welcome back to Imam Hussein Charities live fundraising show here on Imam Hussein TV3. We are here raising money for the destitute and impoverished families in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can see the packages below, and inshallah we'll be taking your calls throughout the night in order to raise money and to hit our target of £10,000 inshallah. But before we continue, looking at that footage just now, heartbreaking footage of an orphan, you know, and a widow, and she couldn't even afford to take the kids to the graveyard to even visit the, you know, the father's grave.
I mean, what's heartbreaking is the fact that their fathers dedicated their life protecting the shrines. And they're martyred, and they got martyred. 100%. Iraq has some of the most orphan country in the whole entire world.
You know, the yatim in Iraq, I think, from my experience personally, I like no other yatim. Because they're living in a place in which they take the Ahlul Bayt and the Imma that are buried there as their new father. So Allah has given them a sense of respite that the Imma are buried there, that they can visit their father. But what broke my heart, especially that commercial, was the girl couldn't even go visit Amir al-Mu'mineen or her father because she couldn't afford the taxi.
Yeah.
That's the difficulty they live in. My father is gone, fair enough, that's hard, 100%. But I can't even visit my father's grave because I can't afford to come back home after the taxi.
The fact that they don't have a breadwinner in their home anymore.
Literally.
I mean, how much is the orphan package?
£50 is the minimum that we ask for, monthly donation, and then you could give 100, 150, 200 pounds. And what happens with the orphan package is that the money is used to feed, clothe, and also to provide school equipment for this orphan, because it's not a case of that let's feed them and let's give them clothes and then they decide to go work at such a young age.
You're setting up for their lives, you're helping them increase their end.
Let them have some education. Inshallah, some of them will be bright sparks in order to go into college and university and become doctors and lawyers and engineers and, you know, inshallah, even politicians and so forth to improve Iraq and to make Iraq a better country, inshallah. And that can happen with your sponsorship. You know, the package is there. You can call 0203 515 1122.
Well, we've just had some
ImamHusseinCharity.com.
We just had some donations, £75, £50, £75, £30, £75. We're now at £1,060.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Thank you to all the donors, and inshallah we'll be going over to Karbala right now where our colleague Ali Jawahiri will be there, inshallah. We'll be able to speak to him now or later soon, inshallah. But for those who are donating, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you, bless your family, bless your marhum, inshallah. And inshallah, may you have the ability and the opportunity to visit Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, inshallah, in Karbala. For the ziyarah of Abu Abdullah is something that you can't put words to.
Of course.
And you know, like we saw in the video, these orphans can't even get to go and do ziyarah of their imam. But inshallah, you know, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give everyone the opportunity to go do ziyarah in Iraq. Brothers, talking about orphans and talking about you know, Iraq and Afghanistan, how important is it that we look after the orphans? How important? Oh, we're going to go to Karbala. I think Karbala ready right now. Right. Yes, Mr. Ali Jawahiri is there. Assalamu alaikum, Ali Jawahiri.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, my dear brothers and sisters and respected viewers. Alhamdulillah, we are here from land of Imam Hussein, from land of Karbala, land of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, the best place on the earth. I know many of you want to be here. You want to visit Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. So this is tonight is the best opportunity to donate through this program, to participate through this program and help the other people. As you know, the holy month of Ramadan, the month of God, the month of Quran, month of giving and month of helping other people. So there are many people are waiting to help them, especially on the holy month of Ramadan. Yesterday, I went outside and I meet some poor family that they didn't have enough to eat. They didn't have a good clothes to wear. They didn't have enough money to buy the food. So now they are waiting for your support, for your generous donation. So all you can do, support this program, donate through this program, whatever you can do. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grab your hand on Judgment Day. So inshallah, we have many generous donors that I like to read their names, and inshallah, I will recite the ziyarah after this program personally inside the shrine of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And I will write all the names on the piece of paper and put it inside the darih of Imam Hussein, inshallah. So mashallah, we had many donors. I like to read their names, and anyone who will donate, I will read their name and I will recite the ziyarah on their behalf. Alhamdulillah, I have brother Ibrahim Matters, Sayyid Shahzad Bukhari, Amtul, Changizi, Rida Ismail, Ali, Diba. I got Jed Najm, Adina, Muhammad, Nurani, Fatima Badran, Abdullah Abbas, Daniel Murad, Nurullah Abu Nasir, Nushin Gulistan, Sayyid Shakila Ahmed, Hina Radawi, Mustafa Bani Muslim, Farhad Treatsman, Teen Nasir M. and S. Khan. May Allah grant your hajat. And I'm personally from here in front of the shrine of Abu al-Fadl Abbas and shrine of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. I like to recite the ziyarah on your behalf. Sallallahu alayk ya Abu Abdullah. Sallallahu alayk ya ibn Rasulullah. Sallallahu alayk ya ibn Amir al-Mu'minin wa ibn Sayyid al-Wasiyin. Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala Ali ibn al-Hussein wa ala awlad al-Hussein wa ala ashab al-Hussein. Dear brother and sister, just remember, when you donate to anyone here in Karbala, they are ready to recite the ziyarah on your behalf. When you donate to any family, their family going to come inside the shrine of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, and they will recite the ziyarah in your behalf. They will recite the ziyarah on the shrine of Abu al-Fadl Abbas, and they will pray for you. What do you want better than that? Jazakumullah khaira, and ya Ali Madad.
Mawla, thank you very much, Ali Jawahiri.
Thank you
and thank you for helping us and helping, like we're doing the ziyarah for our donors, mashallah. And I think that's a big, big encouragement.
Of course.
That not only that if you're donating and you're getting your good deeds, donating and you're helping impoverished people, but also we will recite the ziyarah of Imam Hussein and Abu Fadl Abbas on your behalf in Karbala, right there.
I mean, I'm sure a lot of us may have come from a difficult year with COVID and losing a lot of loved ones. 100%. I mean, why not use this opportunity to donate in behalf of Marhumin? Of course, one of the best acts is to donate in behalf of the Imam of our time, Imam Sahib Asri wa Zaman. I mean, donate in behalf of Marhumin. As Sadaqa Jariyah, one of the deeds that takes us back to the qabr and it helps our qabr and makes our qabr easier is by paying Sadaqa Jariyah.
100%. I like the fact that you mentioned the Imam in Zaman, because we are helping the orphans, the widows and the destitute and impoverished families of Iraq, of Karbala, of Najaf, of Baghdad, of Samarra. How happy would the Imam Hussein, Abu Abdullah Hussein be for you helping the orphans which are around his house, which are in his city? How happy would Amir al-Mu'mineen, who was the father of
his
the
father
orphans, would he be that you were helping the orphans of Najaf?
What's beautiful is, in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala even tells Rasulullah, were you not an orphan and we brought you into something? And we need to realize that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took Rasulullah from being an orphan which had nothing to being the Rasul of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to being the man who is the purest of manifestations of Allah on this earth, we, by taking care of one orphan, we're doing exactly what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did for the Prophet. Even if we do one small thing and that orphan smiles because we were able to give them food for the night, or an orphan smiles because their mother doesn't have to go and trek 30 miles maybe to get clean water, or a mother smiles because, you know what, tonight my children will sleep warm. That my orphans tonight, they don't have to worry that, oh, my baba's not here and I have to worry about firewood. These small things you'll do, you think you won't get ajr for it? You think you won't forever remembered in the child's heart that, you know what, I slept warm this Ramadan because he gave me repairs in my house.
Yeah. What makes this orphan package so special is the fact that not only are we helping the orphan with their food or clothing, but we're helping with their education as well. We're setting them up for lives, for them to make a life for themselves. I mean, these children may be at home, the amount of mental trauma they've been through. Imagine the amount of mental trauma they've been through, the fact that they've lost hope. It's our opportunity, brothers and sisters, to give them hope. To make them feel like they've got a life that they could build for themselves. Think about, by donating to this package, they could be doctors, lawyers, like you previously said.
Let's not take away that a lot of these children have to grow up really quickly because there is no role model, male figure, patriarch in the household. That they have to become the man of the house. They have to go out and let the children be children. Let the children go out and play. Let the children go to school and mingle with other children, make friends, and create a lovely childhood that they can grow up and look back and smile upon.
You know the
brothers and sisters, you know, pick up the phone 0203 515 1122. Visit the website www.imamhusseincharity.com. You can donate via PayPal. You can donate via bank transfer. Whatever you can give, please help the destitute of Iraq and Afghanistan.
I mean, this is your opportunity today to make orphans feel dignified.
You know, I'll be frank with you guys. Obviously, we live in the West. And in the West, there's the aspect of, even if someone's father dies, people around you are financially stable enough to help you. There's no main breadwinner, fair enough. You're a young child, don't worry, the community comes together. Where we're giving to in this month in Iraq, the situation that it's in, these orphans, they don't have a breadwinner, because if they go to another person, he's lost his father as well. If they go to another, there are very few people around at the moment in Iraq who have stable homes or can say I have a stable income, especially post-COVID, because a lot of those people that were the main breadwinners, either they don't have their jobs, or their role was taken away, or they just lost their lives. Unfortunately, COVID was rampant everywhere, and we had Western treatment, you know, Western medicine. Unfortunately, it's not affordable there. People can't necessarily feel comfortable going to a hospital tomorrow and worry about what we're going to put food on the table. No, it's a day-to-day lifestyle. If I'm earning today, it's for tonight. If I'm earning tomorrow, it's for tomorrow night. There's no I'm earning for next week.
I mean, for the fact that £50 helps orphan for a whole entire month. Literally. I mean, our spendings for a whole month is a ridiculous amount. It's a ridiculous, it's a silly amount. It's an absolutely silly amount. The amount of israf we even do. Astaghfirullah.
You know,
I mean, £50 to make an orphan child feel dignified for a whole month.
And you know what, sometimes, you know, we can look at it this way. A lot of us that live, especially here in the UK, we do this thing where we have a Pret subscription, which is about 25 quid, or we have this thing of like, let's get a coffee every morning. It's about 3
gym
quid.
membership, and we
Gym
never
membership,
go to the gym.
Exactly. I don't think I've been to the gym. Yeah, so it's one of those things. We have these memberships that we're taking £25. We don't even think about it. Like, let's say I don't go to the gym for a month. I'm not going to cancel my membership. I'm still taking that £25 on my account. So why don't I do this? Instead of spending that on the gym that I'm not attending, or this month at least on the so-called membership, or on the Starbucks, or whatever it is, that £30, that £25, put it together, you and a couple of friends, and put it towards this. Because you know what? You're feeding an orphan. Don't think about what else is coming from it. Just think about that smile. I think tonight's main highlight should be, think about that child's smile. Making that one child smile.
That's £50. That's about, what, 4 people? Literally, so please do call into the studio. Call in at 0203 515 0199.
Inshallah. I wanted to say also that, not just think about the ajr that you're getting, not think about the thawab and so forth, and you're saying putting a smile, but think about the dua that you're going to get from the orphan. Think about the dua you're going to get from the widow, and think about the smile you put on Imam Zaman's face. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hasten his reappearance. But how happy would he be with you? How happy would he be? They say he receives the book with all the amal of his Shia, and you know, he will look at them, and maybe your names will be there on those that have donated towards the charity and to the impoverished, and maybe that will bring a smile on the Imam's face. Final thoughts, boys, before we go for a break.
I think Go for it. No, please, Samir, bro. Go for it.
I mean, this is the month of giving. This is a chance we must not give away.
100%.
I mean, this month, alhamdulillah, we're truly blessed to feel that this month of Ramadan has once again come upon us. And we must not let this Ramadan waste away, because what if we're not here for the next Ramadan? This is a chance to build a good habit, an act of giving, an act that's mentioned in the Quran over 50 times.
I think it's one of the sayings of Imam of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that when you have a good niyyah and you're going to do a good deed, do it quickly before the shaitan jumps on you and you change your mind. And I know shaitan's locked up, he's on holiday at the moment for Ramadan.
No, but even your own nafs,
exactly, yeah, definitely. I mean, I remember my teachers used to say that in the Ramadan, the shaitan is in jail, but that doesn't mean you can go visit him. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean he's not coming to you, you can go visit him in jail. So, you know, quickly, you know, do the deed as soon as you can. Brother Ali,
just one last thing, I think, before we wrap up. I think tonight's the night of, obviously, the 3rd or 4th of Ramadan. I think we should recite just 3 times Amma Yujibu. For all those in the world that need it. And inshallah, with this, maybe people will be more encouraged to recite. The 3 of us together. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amma yujibu al-mudtarra idha da'ahu yakshifu as-su'. أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء أما يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه يكشف السوء.
Please, viewers, do not waste this opportunity. Call into the studio. If you are feeling shy and you don't want to call into the studio, call into the donation line. If you don't want to call into the donation line, bank transfer, or even something is so easy, just pull out your phone and go onto the website.
Inshallah, we've been here for the last hour or so trying to donate, trying to collect donations. We've hit roughly just over £1,000. Mashallah, we've done well, but it's not good enough. We still need to hit our target of £10,000. We've got 9k to go. Me and the boys, we're going to be off, and you're going to be joined, inshallah, by Minhal, Sayyid Ali Nawab, and also Amir Raza, inshallah. And inshallah, they will be able to help you donate. In the meantime, the information's there on the bottom. You can donate via PayPal, bank transfer, imamhusseincharity.com. And inshallah, we'll see you on the other side after this clip. Don't go anywhere, and watch what we're doing in Iraq and Afghanistan and the people that we are helping. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
With more and more victims of war and poverty, the Middle East has seen a surge in patients seeking medical aid. Iraq alone has 2.4 million people without access to any form of medical assistance. In Afghanistan, due to the lack of funding and devastating conflict, the health service is at breaking point. Imam Hussein Charity aims to help provide a better future for these impoverished patients, aiding them with finances for their prescriptions as well as dialysis of their kidneys. You can help our brothers and sisters with purchases of prescriptions for just £20, and for £200 help a patient with a dialysis procedure. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
The Imam Hussein Charity is providing food baskets for the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. Last year we managed to distribute 6,000 baskets, and this year we plan to beat that record. Each basket contains food essentials such as rice, flour, eggs, meat, vegetables, fruit, dried lemons, tea, dates, and much, much more. One basket of £25 can feed a family of 4 for up to 10 days. £75 will feed a family of 4 for the whole of the holy month of Ramadan. You can donate via PayPal, bank transfer, or visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh, and Ramadan Kareem. The Imam Hussein Charity will be running its food basket campaign again this year. giving you the opportunity to help destitute and impoverished families throughout the whole of Iraq and Afghanistan. Each food basket contains essentials such as rice, flour, dried lemons, tea, fruits and vegetables, oil, tomato paste, dates, and much, much more. Each basket is £25 and can feed a family of 4 for up to 10 days. You can feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan for only £75. You can donate via bank transfer, PayPal, or visit us at www.imamhusseincharity.com. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and Ramadan Kareem. The Imam Hussein Charity is running its famous Ramadan food basket appeal. Previous years we were able to collect and feed thousands of struggling families. This year we want to provide 10,000 food baskets to the impoverished families of Iraq and Afghanistan. Each basket contains essentials like rice, flour, meat, vegetables, lentils, dried lemons, oils and dates. One basket can feed up to a family of 4 for up to 10 days and only costs £25 per basket. £75 will feed a family of 4 for the whole of Ramadan. So take advantage of this blessed month, help feed our brothers and sisters in need. You can donate via PayPal, bank transfer or visit us on imamhusseincharity.com for more information. Thank you. This Ramadan, help IHC distribute food baskets to the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. You can provide a food basket which will feed a family of 4 for 10 days for just £25. That's £75 to feed a family for the whole of Ramadan. Each basket contains food essentials such as rice, flour, vegetables, fruit, meat, sugar, salt, tea, dates and more. You can also donate to our iftar campaign, where £30 will allow a local Husseiniya in Karbala and Herat to feed one person iftar for the whole of Ramadan. That's £1 an iftar meal per day. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear respected brothers and sisters and dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV and this special program, Imam Hussein Charity. We're here and I'm here to my far left, brother Amir Reza, and to my left and in the middle, Sayyid Ali Nawab. We're blessed by his presence and the presence of everyone here in the studios. And my brothers and sisters, right off the bat, we're telling you that this is a show to raise money for orphans and widows. This is an urgent appeal. We're here in front of the camera, but our team in Iraq and our team in Afghanistan are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year to deliver your donations to the impoverished and the poor people of Iraq and the poor people of Afghanistan. We have the packages right in front of you on your screens. You can see that the Sadaqa is £50, shelter £200. The water wells in Afghanistan are going to cost £1,500, or to renovate a home or to build a home for £1,500. If there's 10 of you that donate £1,500, then we can build a home for a poor family in Iraq or Afghanistan. The numbers are on your screens, my dear brothers and sisters. 0203 515 0199 or alternatively 0203 515 1122. I'm joined by this beautiful panel right here. Sayyid Ali Nawab, Bismillah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you, my dear brother Minhan, and salam to my dear brother Amir Reza, and welcome to our dear, respected, our lovely viewers sitting there in your living rooms. I'm sure many of you in the UK have just finished your iftar, and alhamdulillah you're settling down and watching Imam Hussein TV. Let me start with, on your behalf, saluting our master. Assalamu alayka ya Mawlai, ya Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. And this comes in handy, my dear respected brothers and sisters. Why? Because this charity, this whole program is named after Imam al-Hussein, Sayyid al-Shuhada, and we all know how much we long to be in Karbala in these very hours, days and nights, in the holy days of the holy month of Ramadan. What do you say, Amir Reza?
I don't know how I can top that. That was a great intro. Now you put me on the spot. I don't know how I can do any better. Mashallah, I don't know how I can do better. They put me on the spot there.
So, my dear respected brothers and sisters, as you all know, recently I was there in Karbala.
Yep.
And what can I say about Karbala? Let alone me being there on the eve of the 15th of Sha'ban, visiting on your behalf. Yep. And I literally mentioned all the viewers of Imam Hussein TV in my dua and ziyarah on the eve of the 15th of Sha'ban and on the day of the 15th of Sha'ban, because I know how much you love us and you are very dear to our hearts.
Sayyidina, one thing people don't realize is Sayyid Ali Nawab goes to Iraq probably more frequently than the person who liaises between Karbala and London here. He's probably spends most of his year in Iraq. And when we say that Sayyid Ali Nawab recites a ziyarah, he's almost 24 hours a day either in the haram of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, or he's in his bed sleeping. It's one of the two. There's no other way with Sayyid Ali Nawab. Either next to Abu Abdullah or sleeping.
Minhal forgot to mention that I might have been in the close vicinity of the shrines of Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas and Imam Hussein, in the building, in the actual studios of Imam Hussein alayhi salam TV, overlooking Bain al-Haramain, and how much we like to be there. But let me point out one thing, my dear brothers and sisters. Not alone was I in the shrine of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Alongside me being there in Karbala, I don't know whether to say it was a good thing or a bad thing, was a positive way or a negative way, that I had to come to face with these little 5-6-year-old orphans. Those who have lost their parents, lost their fathers or lost their mothers, running around Bain al-Haramain trying to make 1,000 dinars or 2,000 dinars for them to be able to go home and to buy a piece of food that they can share with their siblings, with their mother or with their family members.
That's just 50 pence to put it into perspective. 1,000 dinar, it's not a great deal of money. And brothers and sisters, this is an actual urgent appeal. We have the numbers down on the screens. The packages are there. 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. And I've just been sent the donations that have just come through by the producers at the back. I'll read them out and then we'll have a loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. £75, £25, 2 donations of £150 coming to £300 and £187 and 50 pence. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
£1,500 is all it takes to build a water well in Afghanistan, in the remote villages of Afghanistan, my dear brothers and sisters. The numbers are there down below. You can go on imamhusseincharity.com and donate through there, because we all say, and Sayyid Ali Nawab is no stranger to this term, that everyone deserves water. And I'm sure Sayyid Ali Nawab mentions this on Mimbar countless of times, that Abi Abdullah al-Hussein alayhi salam died thirsty. His son Abdullah al-Radi', his whole family died thirsty. The right of every human being, as Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam says, the right of every human being, Christian, atheist, Jewish, Muslim, any religion in this world, is water. The right of every human being is water. Our team of Imam Hussein Charity is working hard and tirelessly to provide water to not only the impoverished of Iraq, but to build water wells, a permanent water well as a Sadaqa Jariyah, in your name, in the names of your marhumeen, in the names of anyone who you love, anyone who you want to encompass in this will receive Sadaqah from this water well that will be everlasting, consistently.
Do you know how important Sadaqa Jariyah actually is? No one really actually knows how important that is. You donate, your name lasts a lifetime on this world. You don't understand. People in Afghanistan who don't have water, who are unable to drink, you provide that one water well for them. Do you not understand how much that means? Every time they have a sip, every time someone on the village has a sip, or they use that water for their medical needs, or for that urgency they get, the excitement they get from that sip of water is in your name. So every time you donate, every time you contribute to this great cause, it's like you are saying yourself a piece of legacy on this planet.
Yeah, 100%.
And you don't understand how much this legacy means. Not just you, for your kids, for your family. Every penny you spend, every pound you spend towards this cause goes a long way.
Before we bring Sayyid Ali Nawab into this, I just want to announce that today's total so far is £1,647 and 50 pence, my dear brothers and sisters. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
But my dear brothers and sisters, we are far from our goal. The goal for today is £10,000. It's an urgent matter and it's very urgent. It's top priority. It's the highest priority. The numbers are there on your screens. 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. Either one of those numbers will work. The packages are there on your screens. Medical, to feed the orphans, Ramadan food baskets for the families, building a home, just giving us Sadaqa, shelter. All of that is on your screens right now. The bank account details are on your screens. If you're transferring internationally, it's all there. Call us. We have so many dedicated volunteers backstage behind the screens who are just taking in your phone calls. So if you're watching through Sky, if you're watching through YouTube, if you're watching through any means, call us and we, inshallah, will be more than happy to assist you in, inshallah, building that Sadaqa Jariyah for yourself.
Ahsant, my dear respected brothers and sisters. Look at how you are all gathered, you yourself, your partner, your children, your daughters and your sons, sitting beside you, enjoying the iftar and enjoying yourself, and sitting down gathered with your beloved family members around you. But when I was in Karbala, and this is true story, sometimes it's not a story that I mention on the minbar, it's just the reality that I observed. My dear brothers and sisters, this Sha'ban, when I was in Karbala, many of us, when we go to Karbala, we go alongside our groups, our caravans, and all they take us to the holy sites, they take us to the mosques, they take us to places that, for example, Abi Abdullah al-Hussein stood in Karbala, or they take us to Najaf, to the shrine of Amir al-Mu'mineen. But sometimes we lack to go and visit the outskirts of these holy cities. Yes. You go to Karbala, you don't go to the outskirts, and you don't see how people are living in those outskirts areas of Karbala. I myself and my dear brothers in Imam Hussein charity, they all go to Karbala, and I myself saw how a family of a widowed mother with her youngsters, her daughter and her children, were living in literally a house they had made with their own bare hands from the scraps around them. When it rained, the water was dripping on them, on their heads. I'm not talking they have a living room. I'm not talking they have a separate kitchen or a bedroom. No, all they had was that square plot of land that they were using to shelter themselves from the cold and the freezing weather in Karbala.
Allahu Akbar.
Today we have central heating around us. Every single one of us has a warm clothing to wear. But it is a shame for me to sit down here and speak about a lover of Sayyid al-Shuhada living in the city of Sayyid al-Shuhada, and they shiver in the cold nights of Karbala. My dear brothers and sisters, it is all good, sweet and rosy when I have and I see my children smiling when they are sitting on the sufra, on the banquet of iftar. But let me not neglect, my dear brothers and sisters, the little orphans who've lost their fathers, who many of them had to see their father being killed in front of them.
My dear brothers and sisters, you know, sometimes when we have these shows and myself or the guests, they get a bit worked up about these kind of things, and you know, sometimes we get criticism as to why do you get worked up. Why is it that you're in a studio comfortable in London, not going out there? Brothers and sisters, for us to send you the message, for you to be able to see the message, you need to see it through a means of a channel. You need to be able to see what's going on. You need us to convey it to you, right? So, you know, I remember Sayyid Ali Nawab spoke to me behind the scenes just before the show, just before he came on. He said, "You were a bit harsh today." But you could see that Sayyid Ali is worked up when he remembers the orphan, when he remembers the poor, when he remembers the widows, when he remembers the conditions he's seen. So from us, you know, we do apologize if we seem to get worked up, But the reality is, my dear brothers and sisters, a true lover of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam cannot bear to sleep or cannot bear to sit and watch these videos and not get worked up, not have a burning heart for the orphan, for the man we all emulate, and the two men that we love and hold highly and adore, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi and Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, were sponsors of orphans, were lovers of the orphans, were fathers of the orphans. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi says, me and the sponsor of an orphan walk like this into Jannah together. So my dear brothers and sisters, the lines are open. 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. We can see the tears coming down the face of Sayyid Ali al-Nawab. But you know, his grandfather was the father of orphans. His great-grandfather was the sponsor of the orphan. His great-grandfather was the one that said, me and the sponsor of an orphan walk like this into Jannah. So he can't help but get worked up. But the packages are on your screens, my dear brothers and sisters. ImamHusseinCharity.com. You can find the options there. You can select the amount you want to donate. And inshallah, we have reached, if I can just check, we have reached £1,807.50 for tonight. We are a fifth of the way from our goal, brothers and sisters, just under a fifth, and we just need that push, brothers and sisters. 0203 515 1122, 0203 515 0199. It's a matter of urgency, my dear brothers and sisters. And inshallah, listen, if one of you donates the remaining £10,000, I will shave Amir Reza's head.
Oh no. No, where did that come from? I didn't agree to this.
£8,000, I will shave his head off.
Oh, you know what? For the orphans, I will do it. I have to.
There you go.
I have to.
He's accepted the challenge.
Journeys. I sit here, I'm comfortable here in my chair. Alhamdulillah, I'm comfortable with my clothes. There are people in Afghanistan right now. Sayyid has said himself, there's people in Karbala right now who don't even have a roof over their head.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, after this show, I'm going to go home. I'm gonna in my comfy car. I'm gonna go home in my comfy bed and have a good night's sleep.
I've just had a message from the producers. We have an anonymous donor who said he or she will match all donations till the end of the show.
Allah.
So brothers and sisters, if you get together right now and you donate £4,000 till the end of this show, we have 45 minutes left. £4,000, that anonymous donor will match that £4,000 and we will shave his head off, and inshallah we can get more donations to help the orphans, to build water wells in Afghanistan, to shelter people, to give them medical needs, to basically provide, give the little that we can give back to humanity, to the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, to the orphans, to the widows, to everyone who is in need in Iraq. So the numbers are on your screens, brothers and sisters. There is no excuse. There's someone who will donate and match every single donation. 0203 515 0199. Let's do this. Let's have that final push. Come on, let's have this. Let's have a salawat for this brother and sister.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Ahsant. I can't match your stories. MashaAllah, you lot have experience, you lot have been in Karbala all this time. I can't match your stories. I've been in Karbala, alhamdulillah, once or twice.
Okay.
When I went there, I saw what Sayyid Ali saw.
Yeah.
I was upset, I was crying. As a kid, I went there, I think, once as well. I could not handle it. I saw people on the street, there's kids asking for just 1,000 dinar. 1,000 dinar is nothing now. That's not even a cup of coffee. That's not even a boost of which is a fake Red Bull. It means nothing to us. So for us to donate today, it means a lot. So right now after the show, like I was saying before, I'm gonna go home in my comfy car, go sleep on my comfy bed, and I don't even think about it. And I don't realize how grateful I am. There's people in ends of this world that don't have nothing. They don't have shelter. They don't have food. They don't have. So we broke our fast today.
One thing I just want to add about the orphans and the widows and the kids. By the way, most of these orphans that you see, most of you have been to Arba'een, and inshallah those who haven't been to Arba'een, inshallah, I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you the opportunity to go to Arba'een. But brothers and sisters, when you go to Arba'een and you see the people dragging you when you're walking from Najaf to Karbala, and they're dragging you to come and to sleep in their place of shelter, to sleep in their place, that's because the love of Imam Hussein alayhi salam flows through their heart. They give what they can. By the way, a majority and a lot of these kids who pull you off the street are orphans. A majority of them have lost a family member. A majority of them don't have that much, but they give from their hearts for the love of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. They give to you. They give to every Zahra of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. What can we do this holy month of Ramadan but to give back to them? Brothers and sisters, 0203 515-0199 or 0203-515-1122. If you don't want to speak to us, if you feel intimidated by us three, I don't know why you would. We are very friendly people. But if you do feel intimidated, then imamhusseincharity.com, or you can just request the backroad staff not to speak to us because
you know what? Even if you're scared to call in, right? Let's flip the script. If you think you can't donate but you have a voice, call in. Share us your experience. Share us when you've been to Karbala, when you've seen these poor orphans, you've seen these poor widows on the streets. Call us and tell us your experience. Convince other people to donate. Right now, all of you are sitting at home in your living room, comfortable with your family around you. You got your parents, you got your kids. You're sitting there comfortable, watching TV, probably with a cup of drink. MashaAllah. If you can't donate for yourself, that's fine. Donate for the people sitting in front of you. Donate for the people you've lost. If you've lost a parent, you lost a loved one, call and donate on behalf of them. You have a responsibility to keep their name alive. If you don't want to keep your name alive, that's fine. Keep their name alive. Donate on behalf of them. Every penny, every pound you pay can contribute to a load of different things. So right now we want to raise 1,500 for a well in Afghanistan. That's nothing. Get 10 people, donate 150 pounds. That's 1 week of meals. You lot spend, or you go out with your friends, you go out to enjoy yourself, you spend what, 30 to 50 pounds on a good meal?
Exactly, 100%.
And that's on one night.
And I would like to add, many of you might wonder, why are there lots of widows and orphans, for example, in Karbala? Where did they come from? Let me remind you and remind my dear brothers and sisters who are asking this question. They are refugees from inside Iraq. They're not refugees from outside Iraq. They were kicked out of their towns. They were made and forced to leave their cities and their homes. Why? Because they are the Shia of Ali ibn Abi Talib. Because in Muharram and Safar they carry the banner of Labbayka Ya Hussein. Because they wear black and mourn for Sayyid al-Shuhada, the same man that stood on the plains of Karbala and sacrificed everything he had for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are the ones that lost their fathers. Their fathers went to the front lines to protect the holy shrines of Ahlul Bayt in Iraq and outside Iraq. They are individuals whom their mothers, they used to go and nurse the injured, wounded soldiers that used to come back to their families. They are orphans and they are widows. Why? Because their husbands were dragged out of their beds in the middle of the night because they carried the love of Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. What is 20 pounds? What is 50 pounds? What is 1,500 pounds? When those individuals lost a father they will never be able to see again. What is it when I give a food basket that will feed a family for a week? Once they knew that they had a caring, loving father that used to come every night, come back from work, sit down with his family, get his little daughter, his little son to sit on their lap and smile in their faces. They don't have that anymore. Brothers and sisters, when I myself go back home tonight, my daughter, my 7-year-old daughter will see me, she will smile in my face. Just imagine you going away and not being able to see that smile on the face of that 7-year-old. How will that 7-year-old grow up without a father shadowing over her head, let alone sleeping the night, shivering, not having a warm bed to sleep in, or not having a piece of bread and a cup of clean water to break their fast with? My dear brothers and sisters, it's not something that I have been asked to come and sit down here and recite or read or make you emotional and make you cry. This is the reality of the Shia of Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. The children of the Shia of Amir al-Mu'mineen go out from the early hours of the morning in the outskirts of Karbala, and sometimes you see them in the old city in the vicinity of the shrines of Imam Hussein and Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, searching in, I'm sorry to say this, I know it is difficult, but imagine your 7-year-old, your 8-year-old going in front of a restaurant, going in front of the homes and the houses of the people of Karbala and searching for food in the garbage bins, in the recycled bins.
That's the reality, my brothers and sisters. That's the actual reality of everyone who, every orphan and every widow, and I'm gonna, there's a personal experience that, you know, 15-year-old kid who pushes a trolley from 3 a.m. all the way until 12 a.m. and sleeps on the trolley just to be able to bring 10,000 Iraqi dinar, which is £5. £5. But he's an orphan and he has to provide for his mother, who lives in a different village. £5. He works for 21 hours a day for £5, sleeps for 3 hours. Sleeps for 3 hours. And some of you may think, why are you in a studio sitting here? Why don't you go and help them? You see behind you right there, this is iftar being served to the orphans of Karbala. You see right here, that's all iftar being served to them just before sunset. And you can see that the brothers and sisters of Imam Hussein Charity are cooking in their Hardships. Inshallah, there'll be more videos of water distribution. There'll be more videos of building shelter, taking in the personal experiences of the orphans, first-hand experiences, seeing it from a point of view where you're sitting in front of the orphan. My brothers and sisters, 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122, and inshallah we will be at your service and we will take your donations and send them straight. This is not a donation that goes tomorrow. No, it goes straight away. But inshallah we will go to our dear brother Ali Jawahari all the way in Karbala. We say Assalamu alaikum, brother Ali.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Dear brother Minhal, said Ali, and brother Amin Rida. Assalamu ala al-Hussein wa ala awlad al-Hussein. Assalamu ala al-Ali al-Asghar. Assalamu ala al-Ali al-Akbar. السلام على الرضيع علي الأصغر. السلام على الرقية. السلام على السكينة. Brother and sister, we are on the in Bain al-Haramain. We are in Karbala. We are on the places that Ruqayyah been shouting out, Amma al-Atash, al-Atash. This is the places that Imam Hussein, Ali al-Akbar and Ali al-Asghar and their companion been killed, and they didn't drink water for 3 days. This is the places that Ahl al-Bayt been running out on the khiyam, on the tents, between the tents, when their tents been on the fire, when they've been calling for water. So on that time, that's right, we couldn't do anything. We wasn't there. But now we are here. Now we can help the other people. Now we are hearing some people asking for water. So when we say, Ya Abu Abdullah, Labbaika Ya Hussein, we wish to be there and we would like to help you. We are ready to give anything for you. This is the time. This is the time that people are asking you to help them. The family on Afghanistan, the orphan people on Iraq, it just not just in Karbala, in many more cities, on Najaf, on Samarra, on Basra, Nasiriyah, many cities, many family, many poor people, they just trying to get just find piece of food, piece of bread. Now that we can help them, why we don't do it? On this holy month of Ramadan, month of Quran, month of God, our marhumin now, their hand is tied from this world. That's right. They can't do anything, but we can do something on their behalf. We can help them. We can donate on their behalf. Why we don't? When when anyone passed away, on the judgment day, that's the day that we call it day of Hasrat. The begging day, they want to do more, but they can't. So let's help them. And inshallah, when we pass away, our children will do it the same. They will do the same. So alhamdulillah, we are on the Holy Land of Abu Abdullah al-Hussein. And inshallah, we will pray for you and especially for the people who donate and help the other people. We are here to help
Brother Ali, if you
as
can
well.
hear me, we thank you for your beautiful ziyarah from the Holy Land of Karbala. But we will inshallah come back to the brothers and sisters here in London and all over the world, in the UK, and inshallah we will be able to speak to them and tell the viewers here about the struggles of the people of Iraq and Afghanistan. Jazakallah khair al-jaza, Brother Ali. We will see you inshallah soon, later on in the segment.
Thank you, Brother Ali. Oh, that was quite heartwarming, you know.
Very beautiful.
Alhamdulillah, we got opportunity for when you donate for your name to be said by the shrine of Abu Abdullah.
Let me ask for a brother to bring us some water. As
look at this. Look how easy accessible we have to water. MashaAllah. So Sayyid, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Sayyid just asked for water and alhamdulillah we got it with a simple request.
Please come say it.
And if you can see, look, shukran Sayyid, thank you. So Sayyid has now drank some water. Look how easily it asks. Right now you can get up, walk to your kitchen and drink tap water even. It's drinkable.
Yeah, drinkable.
It's
100%.
hygienic and it's fine. You got people now in Afghanistan, in Iraq, who can't get access to clean water. Minhal showed us the other day that the two comparisons of the water we have. We have clean tap water here, and even the cleanest water is not clean.
Exactly.
And look how easy access we have to water.
Amir Reza, can I just interject here? Go on. We have a donation of £400 and inshallah that will be matched by that brother or sister, that anonymous donor who has promised to match that donation. So a donation of £800 for the orphans and the widows of Iraq and Afghanistan. Sallu ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
But yeah, as Brother Amir Reza was saying, water is so accessible. We've become desensitized to the ni'mah, to the blessing of water.
Not even desensitized, spoiled. We are spoiled where we are now. Alhamdulillah, we're comfortable. We just asked for water and it came to our hands like nothing.
My dear brothers and sisters, I know it's very easy to say we have clean water, we have drinking water. When your little one asks for water, you just go and grab a bottle of water from the fridge and you give it to them. But that poor child in the city of Karbala, in Afghanistan, where does he go to get clean water? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us day in and day out through the holy verses in the Holy Quran. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. You believe yourself, you're a believer. You are spending your days fasting, your nights praying in the days and nights of the holy month of Ramadan. We like and we love to be known as the believers, as the mu'mineen. Allah says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu anfiqu. Spend out mimma razaqnakum, of the bounties, of the blessings, of the barakat that we have given you. من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة. There will be a day that you will bite your fingers and say, I wish I had picked up the phone and called Imam Hussein Charity and paid that £20 and donated that £50 towards that orphan and towards that impoverished family for them to be able to eat for a week. We go out, we take our families out. Eid is coming up, the holy month of Ramadan, full of blessed nights. We invite our families, we take them out to enjoy a nice dinner. How much do we spend? We don't even think about it. We order the food, the very nice food on the menu, £200, £300, £400. But let us not forget a family sitting sometimes in roofs which is dripping down water from the rain. And in the heat, we are getting closer to the months of the heat in Iraq and Karbala. How these shelters and these man-made homes do not protect them from the heat of the sun in the summer.
Not at all, yeah.
What is £50 going to do?
But you know what, Sayyid Ali, let's just remind the dear viewers of the numbers 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. You can call in to donate. The packages are on your screens, brothers and sisters. Or if you wouldn't like to call in, if you just want to go and do it yourself through the website, you can go on imamhusseincharity.com. But my brothers and sisters, I have one thing that I want to remind you of. And this one thing, many of you may not like the sound of it, but bear with me on this. We believe that water is the right of every human being on earth. Even Imam Ali alayhi salam in the battle of Siffin, when he was fighting against the opposition, the army of Muawiyah, when he was fighting against them, they came and they asked, when Imam Ali alayhi salam had control of the river, had control of the water, the army of Muawiyah asked, they said, "Oh Ali, can we have some water?" He asked his companions, he said, "What should I do? Should I give them or should I not give them?" Half of them said give, the other half said don't give. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, the right of every human being is water. Let's build these water wells. Because if Imam Ali alayhi salam had a heart for his enemy, that his heart broke to give them water, then how about this orphan who is our one-way ticket to Jannah, who is our one-way ticket to salvation, who Abu Abdullah al-Hussein, when he died on the plains of Karbala, when we drink water we remember Ya Hussein. When we drink water we remember Imam Zayn al-Abidin alayhi salam. When we drink water we remember Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. For those were the three Imams that were there on the day of Ashura, and on the plains of Karbala, who were thirsty,
My
who
dear
were
brother
parched.
Minhal, it's funny. What a coincidence that you should mention the name of Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. I have a very beautiful narration from Imam al-Baqir alayhi salam. Says, لأن أعول أهل بيت من المسلمين. If I, Imam al-Baqir, our Imam, is teaching us, is guiding us, is showing us the way in these holy months of Ramadan, Imam al-Baqir is saying, if I was to take the responsibility of looking after a family of the Muslims, وأشبع جوعتهم, and I feed them until they are full, وأكسو عورتهم, I clothe them until they are protected, وأكف وجوههم عن الناس, and I treat them in a way where they don't go and beg, extend their hands in front of people. Imam al-Baqir is saying, أحب إلي, it is most beloved to my heart, من أن أحج حجة وحجة وحجة. He repeated it until 70 times. Imam al-Baqir says, I, Hujjatullah, the representative, the vicegerent of Allah on the face of this earth, for me to go to a family of the Muslims, protect them, feed them, clothe them, give them clean water to drink, is more beloved to my heart than going to Hajj 70 times.
MashaAllah. Allahu Akbar.
We fail to understand that when I pay Sadaqa, maybe the reward will be given to me in the hereafter, but Allah will give it to you in this life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Dawu mardhakum bis sadaqa. We are just coming out of a pandemic. You have an ill individual. How many beds in the hospitals are full? How many individuals in Karbala and in Afghanistan fall ill, but they don't have the money to go to the hospitals and to their local clinics to be treated? How many individuals need blood transfusion? They need dialysis. They don't have, they can't pay for it. They sit at home waiting for someone like you and me, who are able to extend their hands in their pockets and extend 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 200 pounds for them to go and get that blood cleaned so they can live another day.
Sayyid Ali, I just want to remind the dear viewers of the numbers. They are down below, 0203 515 0199. This is a matter of urgency, my dear brothers and sisters. 0203 515 1122. Either one of those numbers, the packages are down below. You can pick anyone you want, inshallah. The little that you think is little it goes a long way with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the heavens, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, you saw just when Sayyid Ali was speaking, those were the water wells that we're building in Afghanistan. And I am happy to announce that we have had donations of £30, £75, £50 and £25 and now £100, and after doubling from that anonymous donor, we have reached just over 1/3 of our target for today, which is £3,387 and 50 pence. Salawat.
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
These are the villages. Look, you can see it pumping. This is the clean water that you are going to be providing for the poor villages of Afghanistan. Look at that. Look at the smiles on their faces. Just look how happy they are just for water. Wallah, the right of every human being is water. So brothers and sisters, pick up your phones. 0203 515 0199, 0203 515 1122. We are speaking with energy because we're getting closer and closer and closer to our goal. The producers are sending me in all the donations. Look, you can go from as little as £20 all the way to £1,500, as much as your heart gives you. And we know, we always say that the Shahr Ramadan, this holy month of Ramadan, is when the shayateen are locked up. So give from your heart. This is your soul speaking to you right now.
Are you reading my mind?
Maybe.
Because every time I want to read a narration about, for example, Imam al-Baqir, he says Imam al-Baqir. I want to read a narration about shaitan now, and he just said shaitan.
Say the thing is, my left eye is looking at your iPad and my right eye is looking here.
Rasulullah, our beloved Prophet of Islam, sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, one day came to his companions, and inshallah we are alongside the companions of the Holy Prophet of Islam, and he said to them, ألا أخبركم بشيء إن أنتم فعلتموه تباعد الشيطان عنكم كما تباعد المشرق من المغرب. Would I not inform you, do you not wish me to inform you about an act that if you was to do that act, accomplish that act, shaitan will distance himself from you, the distance between east and west. They said, Bala ya Rasulallah. Qal as-sawmu yusawwidu wajhah. Now many of us are fasting. But at the end of that long day, we know we are happy. We are going to come back to our homes. Our lovely wives, our mothers, our sisters, our family members are going to spread the food spread, and we're going to eat. We're going to start with a nice bowl of soup.
Yeah.
We are going to start breaking our fast with that piece of date. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam says, you fast, and the orphan fasts, and that widow fasts. وَالصَّدَقَةُ تُكَسِّرُ ظَهْرَهُ. You want to break the back of shaitan? Pick up that phone and become amongst the loyal companions of Rasulullah that wish that they accomplish an act that makes the shaitan run away and distance himself. The distance between east and west. The nights of Ramadan are nights where we seek refuge to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from shaitan and the devil. By doing this act, by picking up the phone, calling Imam Hussein Charity now, you are going to do what the Holy Prophet is advising us to do.
It's not just advice, he did it himself.
Of course, Rasulullah will never come and advise his companions to do something if he himself didn't do it beforehand.
And you know what the beautiful thing is, brothers and sisters? Look, we've just had a donation of £30, and after doubling, we are now on £3,447 and 50 pence. I said a bit too many fours there, but forgive me. 3447.5. But brothers and sisters, if you don't know how to donate, maybe you're not familiar with technology. Maybe call us. The numbers are there. I'm sure you know how to use a phone. Call us, and the team here will guide you through the steps on how to give towards the orphans.
Don't be
shy.
How
to give towards the widows. Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Call in.
Please don't be shy.
We're here to help. We're not here to harm.
We have a caller on the line.
Oh, mashallah.
The producers are telling me. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
MashaAllah. Brother, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Abu Qasim from London.
Abu Qasim from London.
MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for having me.
Brother, just because we're short of time and we're very tight for time, I'm just going to ask you that one question. How much will you pledge to the children of Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, the orphans?
Inshallah, I'll be paying £50 for the
MashaAllah, ahsan. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Before you go, brother, before you go, I first, on behalf of everyone, I'd like to thank for your £50 donation. It's very generous. But who are you with now? Are you surrounded by your family and friends?
Unfortunately not. I'm by myself at home.
Oh, mashallah, that's unfortunate. But do you not have family and friends? Do you not have many group chats you're in? Can you not share the link of our website? Share the link of the campaigns we have to your family and friends. Mashallah, you had the courage to call in and donate £50, and we very much appreciate it. But it's not enough, everyone. Alhamdulillah, he had the courage to call in. Why don't you, all of you call in? If you don't want to call in, donate. It's very simple, and I want to thank you very much for your confidence.
Brother Abul Qasim, thank you so much for your call. And inshallah, on the day of judgment, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa picks you up and takes your hand and takes you into Jannah. But brothers and sisters, we are still pushing for a water well. We still are yet to have someone call in and donate a water well in their name, in the name of their marhumeen. So brothers and sisters, let's get together with your families, dedicate £150 in between you. I'm sure you have more than 10 family members. Split the cost in between you and make that one donation of one water well to be in your name and the name of your marhumeen. Just imagine, because we see in Iraq, Sayyidina, that in Iraq, we often, when we bury our deceased, that when we bury our loved ones, when we come back, we wash their graves. That we use that. Why do we do that?
Because in the narrations that when a family member or a loved one brings a bottle of water and washes and cleans the grave of his beloved marhum or deceased, that will be changed into a blessing. The marhum, the person buried in that grave, will receive that in a, for example, in a bowl of fruits or a piece of food, or he will live a more comfortable life in the alam al-barzakh. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us this opportunity, my dear brothers and sisters. And many times our ulama, they advise us and they encourage us. For example, in the night of Ashura, pay Sadaqa on behalf of the Imam of your time. In Sha'ban, in the holy month of Ramadan, we are always advised, pay Sadaqa on behalf of the Imam of your time. Now I would like to encourage and I would like to thank my brother Abul Qasim for picking up the phone and speaking to us and donating that £50 donation. But how beautiful it is that a brother or a sister picks up the phone and pledges and says, I would like to donate on my behalf £100, and I would like to donate another £100 on behalf of the Imam of my time.
Allah.
You share that sadaqah, you pay sadaqah on behalf of the Imam of your time. How lovely is it that the Imam of your time, Imam al-Mahdi, will receive a note by one of his aides tonight saying that, oh master, this sister or this brother in London, in parts of the world, donated £100 on your behalf to fulfill the needs of an orphan.
And I believe, Sayyid, if I'm not mistaken, there is a narration that states that to be amongst the companions of the 12th Imam, to be amongst those who see the 12th Imam in this dunya, make Imam Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman part of your business. Make him part of your daily trades. Make him part of your daily sadaqah. Brothers and sisters, we are going to go to a short report, 2 minutes long, not too long. Join us after this and inshallah we'll see you then. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Once again, my dear brothers and sisters and respected viewers, we try our best to shop different products from different stores, and we try to get the best price, best quality, and best of best. Because what we gonna give to orphan and needy family, we're gonna do the same thing that we buy it for ourselves, we're gonna buy it for them. So we try everywhere. We go on this very warm weather. We go to the different shop, we check the prices, we check the quality, and always we choose the best one, best quality, best price, and plus that we look after the expiry date. Because these people, this family, they are looking for us all over the year for the Ramadan. So they are waiting for Ramadan. So when the Ramadan, the month, holy month of Ramadan gonna come, and when they going to receive their food basket, inshallah. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, brothers and sisters, dear viewers of Imam Hussein TV, for this special live Imam Hussein charity. And what you just saw there is a beautiful representation of what we do here at Imam Hussein charity. You saw that warehouse, you saw how big it was, you saw the volunteers giving and putting them in the boxes to be distributed to the poor families of Karbala and Iraq, and inshallah we build water wells in Afghanistan. But you saw how dedicated the volunteers are, and inshallah with your barakat we can increase and increase and increase and increase. But Brother Amir Reza had something to say. He wants to say to the dear viewers.
Yeah, when we were on a short break, I was looking at the numbers we made, and obviously I'm happy for everyone that contributed and supported us, but I'm disappointed in the people who haven't. Because everyone now is sitting at home, like I mentioned, you're all comfy.
Yeah.
Whether with your family or friends, or like Brother Abul Qasim, who's sitting at home by himself.
Yeah.
He's sitting by himself and he called and donated. He thought of his loved one, he thought of his family, he thought of the poor people who can't afford anything, who don't have any support around them, and he called and donate.
Yeah.
So if one individual by himself that can donate, why can't you? You're surrounded by your loved ones.
We forget and we neglect to understand that in these very nights, the shaitan, the devil, is doing his best to push people away from doing good deeds.
Yeah. But when Ramadan, is he not locked up?
No, there is still that devil or that nafs al-ammara that always says, oh, you're going to give £1, you're going to give £10. That £50 is going to bring your balance down in your bank account. That £50, you can use it elsewhere. Why are you giving this £50 away? But this is what the devil wants you to think. My dear brothers and sisters, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, the ones that in 2 weeks' time we will be mourning and crying for the death of Amir al-Mu'mineen, the striking of the head of Amir al-Mu'mineen. He says, Muwasatul akh fillahi azza wa jal tuzidu fil rizq. Don't think that by paying that £50, that £200, or that £500 towards building or renovating the house of an orphan or a widowed family, you're going to be at a loss. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran and through the narrations of Ahlul Bayt, specifically Amir al-Mu'mineen, he gives you the glad tidings that whatever you pay towards the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will pay it back tenfolds, 100-folds. Brothers and sisters, this is a promise from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is not a promise from myself. This is not a promise from my dear colleagues sitting besides me. Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib, Asadullah, the backbone of Islam, is saying this to you. Saying the fact that you will call and pledge that amount that you have in your mind, Allah will give it back to you. And I personally have experienced it. When I previously pledged certain amounts towards the charity, pledged certain amounts towards orphans, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave it back to me tenfolds.
Yeah.
I have personally experienced this. And this is in the path of Ahlul Bayt. You're doing this in the name of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Treat this as a sadaqah.
Yep.
Treat this something to protect you and protect your family for the uncertain days and nights that we have ahead of us.
Now, Sayyid, I just received a message from the producers at the back, and they said, we just received a donation of £2.
MashaAllah.
Now the viewers may sit there and think, £2, that's not a lot. They need 1,500 for a water well. But do you know what I say?
What do you say?
Do you remember in secondary school, Amir?
Yeah.
When we'd go into school, and sometimes at the beginning of the week, our parents give us that £10 to last us the whole week.
That meant,
right? And then our friend would come up to us and be like, "Oh, bro, I'm really hungry. Can I have £1, please?"
£1. That's all you ask. 50p sometimes.
Yeah, 50p or £1. And you've given that £1, you've given that £2. So instead of, for example, giving this to their friends, husn al-dhan, Have a good thought for
Every
your
little
brothers
helps.
and sisters.
Every little helps.
Every little helps. Even that £2 will feed 2 people for 2 days. Or will feed, will feed 2 people for a day, or will feed 1 person for 2 days, brothers and sisters.
That's not even a cup of coffee.
That's not even a cup of coffee here.
Abu Abdullah Sadiq salawatullahi wa salamu alayhi. Listen to this beautiful narration. Now, dear brothers and sisters are thinking £2, £3, what is it worth? It's not worth even me going out.
Yeah.
I'm buying a Mars bar or a Snickers. Now here, Imam Abu Abdullah alayhi salam asks one of his sons, "Oh son, how much do we have left?" Let's say in our bank accounts.
Where are you shopping? £3 for a Mars bar? That's
No,
only airport prices.
The packets, you know, the packets.
Say it, that's airport prices.
The packets that you get 3 or 4 in them.
Bismillah, continue, sorry.
Yeah, so Imam Abu Abdullah Sadiq alayhi salam asks one of his sons, how much of the wealth, how much of the money do we have at home? His son comes to Imam and says, "Oh Imam, we have 40 dinaran, 40 dinars." The Imam says, "Ukhruj fatasaddaq biha." Go out and pay whatever we have remaining inside our homes.
Subhanallah.
You have £40 in your bank account. The Imam says, "Go, give it. Don't think about tomorrow." Why? The Imam says, "I said to my son, اخرج فتصدق بها." قال, my son, his son said to him, إنه لم يبق معي غيرها. I don't have only this 40 dinars. قال تصدق بها فإن الله عز وجل يخلفها. Allah will, because you've given it towards charity, Allah will reward you and return that amount to you. أما علمت. Do you fail to understand? Imam is saying to you and me, do you fail to recognize إن لكل شيء مفتاحا? Everything has a key.
Wow.
You want to enter your house? You won't be able to enter your house without the key, without opening the lock. Imam As-Sadiq alayhi salam says the key to rizq is sadaqah. Fatasaddaq. And then the narration says the son goes out and pays that 40 dinars. The Imam says, "Ya bunay, أعطينا الله 40 دينارا فأعطانا الله 4000 دينارا."
Allahu Akbar.
MashaAllah.
Wow.
We should follow their example.
This is Imam As-Sadiq. You say I am a 12er. You say I am a Muslim. You say I am the Shia of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim as-salam. I want to follow their examples. I want to follow their footsteps. Then Bismillah. Pay that £50.
Do you know what I would say? Brothers and sisters, you see these, you might look at these values and on your screens right now, and you might think that, you know, these are heavy amounts and that kind of stuff. Well, listen, £1, just £1, feeds a person for a day. I know there's thousands of you watching right now on Sky TV, and so many of you online through our website, Roku, Jadu, whatever it may be, whichever platform you're watching us on, £1. And don't say, "Nah, I won't pay that pound, someone else will pay it on my behalf." No. Your responsibility right now is £1. Let's see how many of you will give that £1, because every little helps. Look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. MashaAllah. Okay? £1, my brothers and sisters, as many of you as there are. As many of you as there are, £1, there's thousands of you. Believe me, wallah, we can raise that 10,000, we can raise much more. But just give each and every one of you that's watching, pledge to yourself that every time you see Imam Hussein charity on, you will just give £1. And if you give £1, that £1 will build up and build and build and build and build until we can feed as many people as possible, until we can build as many water wells as possible in Afghanistan and feed the people of Iraq.
You say £1, right? And like you said, people think £1 is not someone else will donate on behalf of me. But if you think about it, we live in the UK. It rains. 1 drop of rain is like £1, right? You see 1 drop of rain, you're like, that's nothing. Then you walk outside, you see thousands of raindrops. Every pound is like a raindrop. If all of you right now donate £1, all of a sudden we might get a flash flood. All of a sudden you get thousands of pounds, 10,000s of pounds. £1 means nothing. For Minhal, to you, what does £1 mean to you?
It means nothing to me, but my brothers and sisters, just sorry brother Amir, we have just had a £75 donation, and the total so far has come to £3,602 and 50 pence. But brothers and sisters, the phone lines are available after the show, 24 hours a day. You can call us, you can text us, you can go on the website, imamhusseincharity.com, and the packages will all be there. You can click the amount you want to donate.
Do not hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
Click, call.
The numbers are 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. But before we wrap up, I just want to get one final thought from each one of you. Amir Reza, final thought from you?
It's quite difficult. You can't wrap this up. All we're asking you is to donate. We're asking you to pledge. All of you, you go cry Hussein, you go cry your Husseiniyah, or you contribute towards your work or to your mosque. Contribute to the poor. This is in our religion.
Hassan.
We have to give Sadaqa. And I'll leave
Hassan.
it to Sayyid.
Sayyid, a final thought from you?
With the narration of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. In these very nights, we do acts of good deeds because eventually we are going to be rewarded with the paradise. And this is our ultimate ambition and our ultimate goal. Imam Abu Abdullah alayhi salam says, "Man ashba'a kabidan ja'i'an wajabat lahu al-jannah." Now, if you want to be guaranteed the paradise, pay that amount for the food basket that this family will be able to eat for a whole week. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, on behalf of Allah, Imam al-Sadiq says, you will be guaranteed your place in the paradise.
Ahsantum, Sayyid Ali and Nawab. My dear brothers and sisters, a final thought from me. The studio lines are open, 0203 515 0199 or 0203 515 1122. ImamHusseinCharity.com. Let's push this holy month of Ramadan. Let's make this a groundbreaking record, inshallah. The account numbers are there, sort code is there, packages are there, international transfer is there. There is no excuse. And let's remember, my dear brothers and sisters, make sure to use the website imamhusseincharity.com for all those watching on Sky, YouTube, any platform. And remember, you sponsor an orphan, Rasulullah inshallah carries you like this into Jannah. My dear brothers and sisters, the packages are down below, the IBAN number is there, the account name is there, donation lines are open, and inshallah Imam Hussein Charity will be at your service, taking in your phone calls, and inshallah you get picked up into Jannah, inshallah. But my dear brothers and sisters, one final thought from me. Join us inshallah tomorrow at 10 o'clock, same time on Sky TV or Imam Hussein TV on YouTube or Roku or Jadu or any of the platforms you see in front of you that are available on Imam Hussein TV. Whatever you're watching us on, and we will be at your service with a new panel, with a new fresh set of guests, and inshallah we'll bring Sayyid Ali and Amir Reza back again. But from me and everyone here at Imam Hussein TV, we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh.
With more and more victims of war and poverty, the Middle East has seen a surge in patients seeking medical aid. Iraq alone has 2.4 million people without access to any form of medical assistance. In Afghanistan, due to the lack of funding and devastating conflict, the health service is at breaking point. Imam Hussein Charity aims to help provide a better future for these impoverished patients, aiding them with finances for their prescriptions as well as dialysis of their kidneys. You can help our brothers and sisters with purchases of prescriptions for just £20, and for £200 help a patient with a dialysis procedure. To donate or for more information, visit www.imamhusseincharity.com.
The Imam Hussein charity is providing food baskets for the impoverished in Iraq and Afghanistan. Last year, we managed to distribute 6,000 baskets, and this year, we plan to beat that record. Each basket contains food essentials such as rice, flour, eggs, meat, vegetables, fruit, dried lemons, tea, dates, and much, much more. One basket of 25 pounds can feed a family of 4 for up to 10 days.